Hi everyone, we are back, and we're Headmaster Black. We've taken a polyjuice potion that Professor Fig had to turn me into Headmaster Black. The next Keeper trial is in his office, but before we do that, we have to speak to his house elf to get the password to get into his office. And Professor Fig suggested that we go talk to Madam Kangawa.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
Oh, that's awesome. So we're going to go speak to the flying class instructor, Professor Kangawa, in hopes we can get a hold of the house elf Scrope so we can get that password and get into...
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world. Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
This is hilarious. But I appreciate you clicking on the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button.
What could the headmaster want?
Let's get back into it. Headmaster Black.
And the whole world awaits.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Headmaster, here, what could he want?
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
All right, let's get that
What did we
password.
do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
It's funny watching your character try to imitate
The headmaster. I hope it's not
Headmaster
about anything I've been doing.
Black's personality.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I am happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
All right.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
See how many more obstacles we got to get through. Into the Great Hall.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf. There's no...
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
But certainly I remember. It's still stronger together, no?
Master has made Scrope laugh.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
He's just gonna burp the whole time until it wears off. Well, not that way. Can we...
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Aloha, Mora.
Off on another adventure, are we?
We are off on another adventure, no doubt. Going all the way to the top. Definitely would be out of breath running all these steps.
Revelio.
So the Goblet of Fire. Herbology Award. Mirabelle Garlic.
Revelio.
Oh, my gear slots are full. Where are we going? Took a wrong turn somewhere. Oh, it was right here. Still going up. Jeez. If your office was all the way up here, I don't know if I would ever come out. It's so far away from everything.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure.
And yet another staircase.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
Sorting hat.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal.
This room still pretty much looks like what Dumbledore has. Not much changed.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Niamh. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
This is wild. But you don't have... Make your way through the town without being seen. You're gonna need a cloak, but...
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
What was that? That was crazy.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Niamh. I need to time this just right. I see a staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. Best move while I can. Niamh must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, no danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only... Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
This is crazy.
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Niamh?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
We have our wand skills back. but it specifically is only giving me certain ones.
Revelio. Depulsor. Bombarda.
We don't have an objective, it's just having us go this way. Death Shadow. Those things are no joke.
Defender. Depulsor. Defender. 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 Depulsor. Descender. Revelio. Defendo. Descendo. Defender. Defender. Defender.
Tried to get out of the way, it didn't work. Still got me.
Defendo. Descendo. Depulso. Defender. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Defender. Bombarda. Descender. Depulso. Defender. Defender. Defendo, Descendo, Bombarda.
No matter how many times you dodge him, he still gets you.
Defendo, Descendo. Depulso. Descendo. Defendo.
Those trolls, man, they take so much to kill. They can just absorb damage. You hit them with constant combos and their power just doesn't go down much. I think I just used 18 Wiggenwell potions. That's crazy.
Stone. This must be for me.
Far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone. Niamh.
Dear, sweet Niamh. Dead.
Let us always honor her memory.
We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
Wait,
don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Niamh, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
That trial was crazy, but it was awesome. Oh, there's a new keeper.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
It's fire whiskey. Is that like some fireball in the Hogwarts world? So all 4 keepers are available now. We await the 4th trial, which I can't wait to see what that's going to be, because that trial we just went through, which I don't know if that was like the Deathly Hallows or what that was, but pretty crazy. All right, let's see what's on the quest board. We still have... Oh yeah, Sebastian. We have to go to Feldcroft. Phoenix Rising. Maybe we'll rescue a phoenix. Could be interesting. Okay. Going to stop here, and we will jump back into it with the main storyline in the Shadow of the Mountain on the next video. We'll see what happens there. We're looking for that 3rd piece of the triptych. So I'm sure Sebastian knows something that's in Feldcroft that'll get us that. So look forward to that mission. As always, thanks again. I appreciate you clicking on the video. Appreciate you watching. If you made it all the way through, I think you would at least been entertained on that one. It was pretty extraordinary. Don't forget to click the like button if it's earned it, as well as subscribe so you continue to get notifications as these videos get posted. Thanks so much. Stay well. Until the next video. Hope to see you then.